The Louis Diaz podcast.
Oh,
Sharam Namdarian.
take one.
Action.
This will take 4 takes. 4 2-hour takes.
I better buy a bigger battery then.
Yes.
How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. I'm
Yeah.
out here.
It's great. It's great. I've been seeing you on the screen. We've never met. I've never met you anywhere.
No, you have. You've met me
Have
once.
I?
Yes, you've met me once, which is why I
was
thought
that?
you were like, hey, but turns out I'm a memorable face. You came down to Dirty Secrets once. And I run that.
Yes.
So
I wasn't really fully paying attention
yeah, that makes
because
sense.
I didn't know where I was. I didn't know where I was going. I'd never been to that little basement before.
Yeah.
And then I sort of got to the staircase and the bartender was like, oh, yeah, you can't go down there.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like, oh, and then you said hi and I was kind of like, am I in the right place?
Yeah.
Yeah. Turns out I was.
I think I'd seen your face because you'd had Joel on.
Yeah.
And I'd been like,
Joel.
yeah, Joel Templey.
I really like Joel.
Okay.
He's a good he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy at heart.
Yeah.
Every time I talk to him, he's always so mad. And then like 30 seconds later, he's like, well, he's like, I don't know. He has a lot of anger that what do you call it? Like people find funny.
Yeah.
But whatever anger he's got, I transmute. I don't know if he was heart to heart on this heart to heart podcast, but
I didn't get a chance to see that yet. But
oh, okay. Just at least I like whatever anger he's got going on, I'm really good at transmuting. So like within 30 seconds of talking to him, I feel it's always very like I get a different side to him that I think most other people do.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like what? Like what's that
It's
side?
just the honest side. Like he's like, there's a, dare I say, it's a vulnerability.
I've seen that side
Okay.
of him as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because I have heart to hearts with people too.
Yeah. That's the whole point of this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Industrialized heart to heart.
Yeah, it's a street side heart to heart.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing you would do with a mate in a cafe.
Yeah.
Anywhere in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Except
But
we're
with
just-
cameras and
And
it's
an
forever
audience,
online.
kind of.
Yeah. It's performative heart to heart. I've thought a lot about this.
Performative heart to heart.
Because it's performative, as in like it's you're having an external person watching, right? So like
Yeah. Someone's going to see this.
yes,
Yeah, someone.
Yeah. And would you have? Because I've been in podcasts, I've done podcasts, stuff like that, and it's like, would you do like one question I have is like, if I'm like, oh, there's an interesting conversation with someone, would it be better not having as a recorded thing? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and it's an interesting question because the recording, the putting it online, this whole thing changes the relationship of the conversation, I would say.
Yeah.
I know you're probably not going for that with this, but like, for example, I've had some people have been like, oh, I want to talk about passive income making with me.
Yep.
And I'm like, all right, well, would that be better if that was recorded and put it in a public place?
Yeah.
Or would that be better if it was just a straight up one-on-one conversation without the cameras, without the thing? Do you get what I'm like? It's the medium can change the message, I think, sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I know
Yeah.
this is different because you're trying to make it as
I'm not trying. I just
okay,
do.
You're succeeding at making it as
I
hard to
wouldn't
hard
say,
as
I
possible.
wouldn't say trying or succeeding on the spectrum of trying versus succeeding.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I do this with people anyway. This isn't me being
Yeah,
any
so
different.
this is a natural evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's different to what I'm talking about then.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. Like it's pretty interesting because I've got different schools of thought on this, right? Like, like the world's a pretty messed up place at times.
Yes.
Yep.
Especially currently, I feel it's a bit...
It's always has been.
Yeah, always has been.
I think people are being more radicalized because algorithms have gotten really powerful.
Yes.
And so we think that it's more bad than ever because that's what we're being told and we're being fed, which is a thing of beauty, really. When you know that you're being played by algorithms, it's a thing of beauty, right? But I'm like, oh, how do we change? How do we break the cycle on this? You know, like people can relate to it in all different ways, whether it's like looking at society or like they've got a problem with a parent, for example. They never got along with their dad, for example. This isn't my story, but this is just an example. Never got along with dad. Why? Well, dad and I never really connected. Or what do you think would make you connect more? Oh, if dad opened up to me about stuff. Like, it takes half an hour to get to that point.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I sort of realized, like, why are people struggling in their corporate jobs? Why do we need Are You OK Day? Oh, it's because people don't know how to talk about stuff just openly and genuinely. So when it comes to that question, is this better recorded or is this better just offline? When it's about passive income, it's always better recorded. Because we're going to be able, where I think, in my opinion.
I'm about to tell you a reason why, and then you can rebut
and
that.
I love that. I love that.
Dialogue, and
please,
we connect.
Yes, but let me finish because I'm keen to hear your side of it.
Yeah,
it's always better recorded because, like, you can always look back at it and go, was I the best version of myself there, or was I the most authentic, integrity driven version of myself there? But the other thing is, like, what I'm going for is that authenticity, integrity piece. It's like, this is not a scripted podcast. This is just two guys or people, having
two humans
hashing it out.
Yes,
just whatever we want to talk about, right? In the most honest way we can. Someone else needs to see us doing that to learn from that example. Does that make sense? So it's like leading by example.
There's not enough examples in the world on how to just talk.
That's kind of what I'm saying. You're going to realize that I have a really long roundabout way of saying things because I don't have an articulate thought. I flesh it out as I speak it.
That's fine. Okay. I'm sure
but you've got a really great way of summarizing it.
Well, I was going to say, I have too much authenticity in my life. I have these kind of conversations all the time, and it's a problem.
Rare. That's rare.
I don't know how to have nonsensical. I don't know how to not get to the point. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we're
That's rare.
Yes.
You know that though, don't you?
I'm coming to terms with that. I think I don't necessarily know it just yet, but I am coming to terms with it. Because, so I've been trying to do jokes recently, which have been quite well. It's like how actually I meditate all the time, and it makes me unrelatable because I don't know how to talk to people. Because the things I care about are very different in the sense that I'm actually, like, talking about, so I used to actually be a life and relationship coach. That's and so that's sort of the fundamentals, but I think this is who I am regardless of that past career. With the performative side, I was saying before, like the performative thing, like, would it be better? It's like, have you ever had a conversation with someone watching? And it's like suddenly you're including them or you're trying to include them. I think that can change a conversation. And so if you think about cultural capital a little bit, like this helps me connect with you. So now we've created more bonds. Yeah. But if you think about it in a bondship level, would it have created a much more intimate bond if there wasn't a third infinite party watching? That's all I'm trying to say, that it can change that, because it's like, well, now it's public rather than a private. Maybe different things can be said in public versus private. That's a real that's an obvious thing to say, but it's also about the way the dynamic changes. I'm constantly in comedy. You're constantly in conversations where someone will walk in and now they're part of it. The conversation doesn't change, but it's inclusive. So you're like, okay, now I need to give you context. I had dinner with my girlfriend last night, and I had dinner with her and her friends. Suddenly, the things I would say are fundamentally different because I'm actually relaying information she doesn't know. If that makes sense. This friend.
Yeah.
That's all I was trying to say. I'm not saying that it's bad. I think you're right. I do think people do need examples of what good relationships look like.
Good authentic conversations where we're not worried about censoring ourselves.
Yeah.
And we open up about stuff that might not be PC. I think I do that actually quite a bit on this podcast. I'm like, I was racially vilified as a child. I thought that was normal.
What's your ethnicity?
Venezuelan.
Okay.
Right. So, like to fit in, to finally fit, like put yourself in. And this is just a story, an example, right? Try and put yourself in the shoes of a kid that was racially vilified as a child, right? All you want to do is just go to school one day and fit in. Right?
Yeah, I relate.
So you start fitting in. It's either through sports or stuff. Then a few years later, you find yourself being like them. Some other kid comes to your school and you start picking on them in the same way that you were picked on. Why is that? Because now you got an in crowd. You worked hard to cross over into that barrier. It's not who you really want to be, but it sure is better than being picked on. And so, there's a lot of nuances when it comes to like people call other people racist or things like that. It's like, oh man, you can see how we got here. From people just trying to fit in because they didn't want to get picked on. Not that it excuses anything. I'm just saying, if we try a little harder to understand one another, we might end up being able to understand one another. And in order to do that, we need to open up. We need to just allow them to open up about stuff without crucifying them.
So I have two things I want to say. One, I relate to that story. I'm half Indian, half Iranian, and so a lot of stuff that I thought was just how people talked was. I realized modern day would be like, hey, that's racist. Like, I remember there's one story when I was 14.
How old are you now?
I'm 35.
Okay.
When I was like 14 or something, this is a common story. And the guy he's a good friend of mine, it was very funny. He made a T-shirt that on the back said, for my birthday, if you can read this, I left my bomb at home. Because that's the idea is there I'd have a bomb in a backpack. And if you can read
historically, contextually.
Yeah, it's contextually, yeah.
Back when you were 14, that's still fresh after 9/11,
Or maybe 15 or 16. Maybe, but still
we're
quite
still
fresh.
in that zone.
We're still, dude. We still look up and go,
like
is there a
10
plane?
years.
Oh, there's a plane. The thing I wanted to say was also but what you were talking about I think is really interesting. So recently, Reddit, you know Reddit?
Yeah.
So Reddit has now Reddit games, which they're random. They're random, like one of them is it's called Flappy Goose, which is like Flappy Bird, but it's a goose. Surprise, but they allow people to make their own levels. I've made one level in it where...
I want that. I want to do that.
Yeah, you should. It's fun.
Yeah.
It takes your head to some time to whatever. But I did it. It's a 3-stage level. The first stage is you're dodging enemies.
Yeah.
And then you're given, like Mario, there's a star. So you become invincible for a second. So the level then gives you a star where enemies charge straight at you. So first I've trained you to go dodge the enemies. They'll kill you. Then there's grab the star. You're impenetrable. And then a bunch of enemies are immediately thrown at you and you defeat them because you've got the star. Then it drops you into a channel, gives you a star, and I've set the level to look like it's a house. And it's a mama and baby enemy in their own house. And in order to finish the level, you have to plow through them. Does that make sense? So what I'm trying, it's messed up.
That's pretty twisted, bro.
Yeah. So I got all these comments on it going, I feel evil. Why did you make me do this?
Yeah.
All this sort of stuff. But I wanted it to be, I think it's, well, one, I think the context of games is very interesting because it's like, I actually studied video games in uni.
That's such a cool subject to study.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm now a world famous video games designer. So,
our paths in life take us places.
Yeah. I have some resentment. But not anyway. But I like the way that video games can train you to think a certain way, and so you can use those narrative elements of surprise.
Yep.
So by training a player to dodge enemies, then defeat them, and then oh, that's an enemy, I've got to defeat it, but it's actually you're going into someone's house. It's not too far of a logic leap of, as we're saying before, like what you said of you received some racism, and then that was your sort of, what's the word,
became part of my arsenal.
Yeah, it became part of your arsenal.
It became
so
something I shielded away.
Yeah.
And then it became part of my arsenal.
Yeah. And that's why I brought that up, because it's like you had it done to you and then you had done that. But it's, what's the word? It's like where you're hazing.
Hazing?
Sometimes it's a cultural hazing.
What's the definition of hazing?
Hazing, I don't,
Okay.
I should have...
Yeah.
Think back. I actually don't know. I think it's a sort of like a ritual of friendship, I think. But I think certain hazings can go too far. So like in order to be part of this group, you've got to go through certain trials and tribulations that I went through. But it's a bit of it can be problematic, I would say.
Yeah. Hazing's problematic for sure, if that's the definition. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Oh man, we got this. We got so deep so quick. I like it though.
There you go.
It's really good.
The other thing I think is also interesting is I think a lot about in like bullying. I think because the comedy scene can be rough sometimes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that. No one's actually. What Well, I guess
bullying is the wrong word, but I do want to. Yeah. What did Joel say?
Joel opened up about a specific case that happened this year involving a pig.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He didn't name any names.
Yeah, okay.
And he was talking about sort of like, the repercussions and, how far, like, cancel culture can go a bit far. And that was the first and only time I've heard of that. But I do get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one said it like you just said it before, but I can see it.
Yes. So
I'm not a comedian.
So use more words to say what you just said so I can understand what
Well,
you're saying.
because I'm not a comedian,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
So I don't sit in the green room or the backstage area. I'm not allowed in those areas. That's for comedians only. So my imagination, that's where the bullying happens, or it might happen on your WhatsApp groups, which I'm also not part of. But I do kind of see some kind of, what is it? Like cocking, like leg cocking around, some kind of interesting behavior. I've even had it. I've even had a couple of sort of comedians kind of like sussing me out like this.
Yeah.
Like I'm stepping in on their turf or something like that. Guys, this is not a competition.
Yeah.
So it's like, I kind of sense that there's this real rivalry. Like there's only one that can get to the top and everyone else is in my way, kind of.
Sometimes.
That's kind of what it looks like from the outside without knowing all the in stuff.
That's interesting. The other thing before I dive into that, the first thing I want to say is sometimes a lot of that is literally just social ineptness.
Yeah.
Like, it was funny. I brought my girlfriend to a gig and just watching all the male comics who were in the room be like, "Was a woman? I don't know what to do. Can I swear?" Okay, yeah. It's like, "It's a woman. What do I do?" And I thought it was so funny.
Yeah.
So do you know what I mean? Like,
or the other thing is like, didn't know that guy had a girlfriend.
Yeah. I always find it funny every time, and this is just me. Every time a comedian has a wife, I'm always like, "What is your wife like? A mop? Like if a male comedian has a wife, I don't understand it." And that's just me. It's something in my head. It just goes, "That's crazy. What are you doing?" I'm even in a relationship, a committed, loving relationship. I'm not married, but if I got married, I'd be like, "This is insane. Why? I need to quit comedy or like down." Like, what? I
didn't realize that I'd had the same thought till you mentioned it. Then I'm like, "Why does this thought sound so familiar?" I'm like, "Damn, I've had it too."
Yeah, it's like it's insane. I don't know what it is, but if a female comedian is like married in any way, it doesn't. I'm just like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Oh, that's a bit of chauvinism.
It's not even. Yeah, possibly. I don't know what it is.
Without meaning to be.
No, but it could literally just be like, what was my first impression of a comedian? Do you know what I mean? It could literally be just that. Like, as a child, the first comic I ever saw was like a dude talking about how he struggles with women. Like, do you know, like that could literally be it.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I don't know what you're recording now. You're just recording this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you can be like, "I'm going to put his chauvinism online. Welcome to the Louis Diaz podcast."
No.
No. I'm getting very warm now.
That's not what I'm doing. But
I'm very confused.
That's not what I'm doing. But I can see how you think that that's what I'm doing because of what happens in your scene.
Yes. No. Yeah, that's true.
You know what it is? I just wanted to put my phone away, but I didn't want to put it away like before just taking a few snaps. So it just happened to be that time.
But so I've meditated a lot on the bullying. I want to give you the second, just quickly before you.
We haven't finished on how the comedians have wives thread, but we'll come back to that.
They have wives. I think I just discovered this recently. So it could literally be like an internalized sexism towards men.
No, but if I reflect on that myself, I reckon I have the same thought as you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exact same thought. But if I search my own soul, I've never had the guts to ask a woman to marry me, right?
Yes, okay.
So in a way, I kind of admire anyone that's married. Like when I think about it. When I think about it, I'm like, yes, it's a little surprising with the comedian. I really admire that couple over there for going through with it. What's going on inside here is I've never had the guts to ask anyone to marry me.
That's
I've been in love a few times, like deep. Like I've been waiting. There's been a couple that were just like waiting for me to ask, and it didn't happen. So then...
Obviously, the relationships didn't work out. So maybe there was a part of you that was like,
Well, then I come back to that thought and I go, it's not as judgy as it seems when I contextualize it with how I view marriage.
Yeah. That makes
That
sense.
makes sense.
Mine is I've come from a background where marriage is highly prioritized. So in my brain, if I get married, I don't know what's next. It's the only logical conclusion is death.
That's the end.
So it is. It's like, what else is there to achieve? So it's a process of becoming. So I go, if I see it, and again, it's internalized. Like, I think it is an internalized, maybe potential sexism towards men, maybe, but it is like you haven't become yet. Why are you married? But as I've grown older, I also goes, who cares? We're in a weird hodgepodge, like everything's sort of different times.
35.
Who cares? Yeah, I'm 35.
So you got plenty of good years left before you need to do any of that or get to your next stage mentally.
Yeah, probably. But sorry, I really want to talk about the bullying thing.
I want to talk about it too.
Because here's an amazing insight from my meditation, which has changed the way I look at it. Basically, if we look at it in terms of hazing, right? So part of a group A, you want to be part of group A, and people who are part of group A had to go through certain stuff, right? There's obviously like toxic bullying, but this is one way to look at some of it, not all of it, that really helps it, where you go, okay, so people in group A were dealt, how to put it into words? It's like a club. Let's use a metaphor of a comedy club.
Yeah.
You want to get in the certain comedy club. Those people in that club will be like, oh, we don't think you're good. Right?
We don't think you're good enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's not an insult. That's them saying you need to handle this kind of energy. Because
you
whether
need to
it's,
prove yourself.
Yeah. And it's like, no, it's a handle. It's like, I'm now throwing you a tennis ball. Can you hit it back?
Oh.
It's like if someone said your podcast isn't good. And you're like, no, but I've done how many have you done?
They say it all the time.
Yeah. Well, that's because it's
this is episode 96. That's you. 96.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, but like you're going to have, your job is to transmute that. Your job is to go, well, actually, if they go, I haven't seen it, it's like, well, have you actually listened to it? Have you actually listened to a whole episode? They'll be like, no. And it's like, well, you don't know. You know, your job is to have answers to those questions. Oh, what? You don't want them to listen?
As if.
Okay, well.
They come up to me with that's your podcast is no good without listening to it. They're going to think it's shocking afterwards. Self-deprecation.
Possibly. Thank you for teaching me the humor that you were having.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
I was like, don't take it too seriously.
No, I was taking it very seriously.
But no, it's, I don't give a fuck.
I think
zero.
Emotional jiu-jitsu, because if that stage has a particular energy and they want to demand a certain element from people, and if you're like, well, I go up and the audience is probably going to give you that energy because that's the energy they've cultivated. They're actually saying, if you can't handle me, how are you going to handle that space? It's an invitation to step up or at least jiu-jitsu their trauma.
Yeah. That's it's fun. Yeah. It's fun that you used the analogy. We're playing a game of tennis and they hit a tennis ball at you and you got to hit it back.
Yeah.
What if you decide that you don't want to play tennis?
Well then,
and that's kind of what I've done with this.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what people say about it. People say
great. That's
nice
your
things.
jiu-jitsu.
People say heaps of nice things as well.
Yeah.
And the hard part about my jiu-jitsu, right,
as a metaphor,
is that I used to get feelings of great satisfaction and joy from hearing compliments, right? It's like a trauma kind of thing that I developed, this need to feel, to be complimented and stuff. And it still does impact me in some way, like feed me with words of affirmation so that I feel loved.
Yeah.
Look, I've reduced it down to a healthy level. But playing this jiu-jitsu,
doing a good job.
playing this jiu-jitsu, because criticism would kill me equally, right? So here's the baseline, and here's where I was, and I could feel extreme joy, but I could feel extreme sadness. Yeah. I've come down to about here, where the line's there, and the peaks and troughs aren't as high.
Yeah,
and that's my way of dealing with it, and still working on it. I just don't want to kill. I still want to be able to appreciate when someone says something nice, and I'm trying to get to a point where it's just I go, oh, I can really appreciate when someone says something nice without being f***ed up by someone that says something critical.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm like, people have, yeah, people say critical things, but I got to a point now where I'm like, oh, yeah, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and then the snake hunter I just had on a
Yeah,
couple
I saw some of
episodes
that,
ago,
yeah.
legendary guy. He's like, his dad always said to him that you don't get criticized by people doing more than you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And it's like just that person over there who's wants to be doing what you're doing or even better than what you're doing. But like they can see you doing the thing that they want to do, maybe not in the way that they want to do it, but they can see that you're hustling in a way that they want to be hustling. I don't like that. And I don't play that tennis. Like, why am I playing tennis with this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hello.
And also their criticisms that they put on you, I've learned, is the same thing that's blocking them. Not all the time, but some of the time. So it's like, oh, like, why are you doing that? If they do it, they'd be like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And I call it like emotional karma. It's the judgments you put on other people would be the same judgments you have on yourself if you were to be in their position. So I'm very introspective of that. If I criticize someone, I know now that if I'm in that situation, I've trained, because that's what someone if I go, I can't believe you're wearing a hat with headphones. Those people are crazy. And now suddenly I'm wearing a hat with headphones. I'll be like, man, I'm crazy. Like, you know what? I've trained myself that that's what someone like you receives if I say that. And I don't think that's good. Oh, it's not good. It's just to be aware of. It's brain training, I guess. Man, people who wear shoes inside, crazy.
You've done a whole lot more introspection than most people I've ever met.
It's
I
a bit.
can tell.
Yes. Yeah.
And try and rationalize it. You know, you try and rationalize this introspection and be able to contextualize it, to communicate it to other people.
Yes.
Maybe even to convince yourself. Who knows?
It's more that I get excited. So I have a breakthrough. I want to be able to share. Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Definitely.
Yeah. So I meditate a lot. And then I will be like I'll be like to my girlfriend, like, this is a thing. And she's like, okay. You know, I'm like, no, I just got it. The words, I got to get it right. And she's like, yeah, sure, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't understand.
It's hard with people that haven't done the work because it's like you're trying to tow them along with you.
Yeah.
But you can't.
Yeah. It's hard sometimes. And that's why I do think, I don't know, I put it on myself because I want to tow people on. I do. I'm like, if I didn't tow people along, I'm just so excited that I don't care. I'm like, no, I'll use better words. There's got to be excitement there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'd say I'm similar in a way without doing a whole lot of meditation. I don't know where I got my abilities from. I guess I've always been a bit introspective though. I do remember asking questions real young in my life, like real early. Like when I think about it, thinking like, oh, why am I here? What am I doing here? Where's my mum? Or like, you know, why is that person doing that behavior? I just felt like it was a bit of a whirlwind in my first, say, 8 years. So I was always trying to sort of mentally catch up to where I was. Like, next minute I'm on a plane to Australia. Next minute my mum's getting married to this guy. Next minute they're splitting up. Next minute we're going to school. Next minute we're going to another school. Next minute we're going to another school. Yeah. And it's like happening so fast that like I'm trying to I was constantly trying to mentally catch up, like what's happening today. You know what I mean? Like, where am I? So that kind of, I'd say that I got my introspection came from instability and having to ask, like having to wonder. Yeah. Like, and not feeling like I had certainty. Like, whereas, you know, I admire that you've committed to meditation. You know, and it's like that's a commitment. It's like people that commit to running though, and people that commit to podcasting, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll throw two things. First thing is it does make sense with your thing how you're like you had because if you stayed in one place, you would have had a firm identity. Yeah, it would have been like this is who you are. You said Venezuela, yeah. It's like you're a Venezuelan boy. This is what Venezuelan boys do. And then you had that transplanted and now you're an immigrant boy. And then you said your parents split up. So it's like now you don't even have their focal reference. So almost constantly being pinged to go, what am I? What am I? What am I?
Till I'm 41.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it's the train. The train has left. Yeah, exactly. It's a wheel. And it goes, suddenly you've left that and you're like, well, I guess I'm going to start a school for enlightenment. Like,
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah, it's just it's a weird, it's like you planted a tree and watered it. Mine was, my parents' relationship. Look, it's probably more than this, but this is one of the reasons. Growing up, it wasn't necessarily very friendly.
Who was the Indian? Who was the Iranian?
My mum's Indian, my dad's Iranian. My dad, when he was in Iran, was pretty much just like a shepherd, sort of left to himself, told to work a lot. So his way of parenting me was, you got to work in the farm, work.
That's
We had a
all I
farm.
know,
Yeah, exactly. And that's how we showed love. My mum was very loving, very giving. So I had this two things of the introspection, I think, came from wanting to be a better man, I think, and also like being maybe it's just how I'm wired. The more I think about it, I think it's just how I'm wired for no reason whatsoever. But it is like how I put into the word, like it's, to me, the inner work is more important than the outer work, because your inner reality does dictate how your actions are or how you look at your actions. But then also, like, for example, with comedy, I've realized one of the reasons why it's like, yeah, being love deprived from a father, love bombed from a mother, led to very like weird disjointing ways of receiving love. It's like I've got to maximize it in certain ways, minimize it in other ways, receive it from certain people. Yeah.
Now the how men married, how comedian men married thing makes sense.
Yeah. It's like this
Because
is, you've
it's
got
like,
to
you
achieve.
got to earn that.
Yeah, you got to earn it, or it's either you've got to achieve maximum success, and that's the only way you achieve success, because that's the love bombing part.
Yeah.
Or like audiences where I'm not doing well, sometimes in the past, I've been like trying to win them over, like a little boy is trying to win over his father. That's basically it in a
I
nutshell.
can see that in a bunch of comedians.
Yeah,
I can feel it in real time.
Yeah.
I'm like, you poor little boy.
Yeah.
That's what I think sometimes when I see them on stage. I'm like, I hope you get the laugh you need to get you through tonight.
And I think that sometimes often, like like when you say poor little boy, like it's the inner boy of regardless of gender.
Yeah,
Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like it is.
The only that the context in why I'm saying poor little boy.
Yeah.
I walk around and all I see is kids.
Yeah.
I see children, then grown-ups' bodies. That's
Yeah,
how I
yeah,
look
yeah.
at people.
Yeah. And I think, when you're saying that I'm very introspective, I think I'm getting to the point where I've finally done enough inner work that I'm actually starting to see that I have done it, and not everyone is on a similar level in this. There are other levels where people are like in different levels to, you know what I mean? I'm not shitting on ways that they're more advanced than I am, but I am like, oh, you don't understand this. You're not even in the sphere yet. And that's okay. I then get more excited. I'm like, how can I communicate the right words?
What's going to happen to you mentally if it gets to a point where you ask your long-term partner to marry you?
So two things. First thing is
I wouldn't
wait,
do that.
What? No. First of all, she does just as much introspection and stuff as me. I consider her very much like an I joke, I have a vast emotional intellect, but I say to her that she also does as well. But the other thing is yeah, I don't know. Marriage to me has never really been
Important.
like when I was a kid, I always wanted to have a girlfriend. So when I think of marriage, I go, I'm not finished having a girlfriend. I wanted this, if that makes sense. Also, have you heard of the Selfish Gene, the book?
No,
The book, The Selfish Gene.
I have not heard of that book.
Okay, it's a book about genetics, but there is a thing where it says, one line that stuck to me in that book, which was, if a knight has to slay a dragon to get a princess, the sunk cost fallacy is that he's probably not looking for other princesses. Because in his mind, he goes, well, that's the amount of effort it takes to get a princess. I'm not going to, you have to slay a dragon to get a princess. I'm not going to look for other princesses.
There's not many other princesses out there, to be fair.
Yeah, that's also true. In a population in Melbourne of 5 million. So I think with what I'm doing with my partner, I'm very aware, and I've told her this, is that there is a part of me that is seeking safety by prolonging longer commitments, because I'm the princess. I'm actually saying, you've got to work harder for me. I feel unsafe. I need this to be longer because you've committed this long. And it's like, we've been together for 9 years. Like, how long, that's a train that's left the station, right?
Yeah.
How long does that actually need to go for?
Man.
But I don't think I'll be able to answer the question, do I genuinely want to be married? until I actually resolve these issues.
You won't resolve them.
Yeah, or I'll be like, meh, I don't care. You know what I mean? That's just who I am.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, we get to like live. We're on this earth for this amount of time,
Yeah.
and some of the challenges we need to solve, they're not going to be solved in that time.
No.
Like you're going to get to 80, 90, 100 years old, maybe less, maybe 60.
I'm
right?
going to get exactly 100.
And then,
Just so you know, I've planned it.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's how yeah. How old are you?
41.
41. Here's the thing no one tells you about aging,
Yeah.
and I've thought about this a lot. You have more memories.
Really?
I'm assuming. Well, here's the thing. As a side effect of my meditation, I actually have spent more time like integrating. Like,
That's such a good.
it's a good side effect. I feel like I'm 35. I have the mental age of 40, which is, I think COVID took that back, which is when I turned 35, I was freaking out because I'm like, it took me time. But you have more memories. You literally have more years under your belt.
Sure.
Why wouldn't you, as in specifically you, not an Aurus you to the people listening, have more memories than me? Why wouldn't you? You should. You've been on the
I
toilet.
don't know how many memories you have.
I've got so many memories, but you hypothetically should have more. You've been alive for longer. You've brushed your teeth, presumably. If we brushed our teeth the same time every day, you've brushed your teeth more than me. I think, yeah. So he's pointing out the fact that he doesn't brush his teeth. He's got a mechanical jaw for those people listening on. He's also a robot for those people who have listened up to this point and didn't realize he was a robot the whole time.
People don't listen anymore. They watch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Well, for me, I put podcasts on video and then listen
Yeah.
because that's the time the times.
I go between.
Oh, yeah. You look at them and you go, they're still there.
Yeah, so if I'm doing stuff, and then when I'm not doing anything, like commuting,
Yeah.
I'm on the train, then I'll go back to watching.
Okay.
Then I've got to get off the train, I'll go back to listening.
Yeah, see, it's a good multi-format thing. I switch back because I go, oh, yeah, they're still doing a thing.
Yeah.
I haven't missed anything. There's not like, and now look at this diagram. And you're like, oh, I got to look.
Well, sometimes I cut to the laneway.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
yeah.
Sometimes I cut to like randos.
Who've-
Maybe if there's like 12 people taking photos, flash
Oh, yeah,
photography,
that's fun.
I'll cut to them just to contextualize it for the viewers.
Yeah.
That's why these flashing lights are coming this way.
But you should have more memories than
I
me,
should.
hypothetically. So the reason
But
why...
we'll
yeah.
never know if I do or not.
No, but I do think that's why people change when they grow up.
Oh.
Because it's like, why would I... Like, I've seen so many bad movies now. My brain is like, I don't need to ironically see a bad movie to go, heh, bad movie,
Yeah.
Because I've seen so many,
Oh, yeah.
I'm done. And I think about this a lot. So I've thought about this a lot where it comes to identity. I think I'm experimenting. Like, I spent so much time being like, who am I as a person?
Mm.
And I think I've meditated over it so much that now I'm like, I think I know, or I have a quantitative amount to be like, this is vaguely who I am.
Mm.
So why do I care about answering that question anymore? So now I'm more interested in doing things that aren't identity affirming. While before I was like, so it's like comedy, for example, is very identity affirming. I am a comedian. Every time I perform, I'm reaffirming that identity.
Sure. What's an example of something that you don't do for that?
Well, the opposite would be, I guess one easy example is performing, but lying about who I am on stage, rather than trying to affirm to make sure the world knows who I am, which possibly is a very performative thing to do because not everyone wants the world to know
They
who
don't
they
need to know who you are either.
But rather than that, it would be like, well, it'd be like trying new things, be more open to like, I just noticed now I'm more open to things that wouldn't necessarily I'd be interested in just because I don't really.
Hopscotch.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like, yes. I just was like, I think I've talked solely for the last like 5 minutes.
No.
And I'm like, would you like to also talk?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I'm enjoying listening.
Yeah.
Your rationale's taking me places. It's making me be introspective as well. I'm enjoying just your thought process.
Yeah. So
It's not common. It's not often I get to sit in front of someone who's done similar work to me, but they'll come at it from different angles and got to different conclusions, ones that I haven't got to yet. And I'm like, ooh, I like,
Yeah. Okay.
I can see myself in that.
Okay.
That's kind of what's going on in my head when I'm like, literally just I've jumped on the train and I'm on this journey with you.
Cool. Because I was like, oh no.
My podcast isn't about how much you talk or not.
Okay. We can sit in silence the next.
Although there's an episode coming up where there was my guest did a lot of talking. A lot.
Okay.
And it's
That
going to
was
be
Joel, wasn't it?
No.
Okay.
won't say who it is, but it was pretty interesting. It was a pretty interesting one. And so, yeah, what do you got there? Anyway,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
intrigued now because
It's food time. I do want to say that my comment that was Joel is not necessarily that Joel talks too much. It's just I said it because I knew he'd be annoyed by
I was
it.
just about to say I like Joel again, and then
Okay.
I stopped myself because I was like, dude, you've got to
Can't
no.
just, yeah.
can't.
Okay, so this is...
We're going to share this somehow.
Yeah. So there's two containers, one with a spoon. I'm just trying...
You're going to eat two, yeah?
Yes, that's why there's two containers.
Good.
So this is...
Oh, yes.
Uh,
You made this?
this morning, yes.
Oh, you.
So
I don't know why I get more excited when someone actually made something. I
Yeah.
just feel like it's such a higher level of like respect.
okay. This is yes. I understand that too.
Oh my goodness. This looks sensational.
This is a coalescence of generational cooking, and I think it's a really interesting thing about meaning. Oh yeah, you got to do what?
I'm showing it to the
Oh, you're
camera.
showing. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Yes.
Okay.
So-
Okay. Sorry about that.
So this is called. Now I'm gonna do my best to just have a taste. First, have a taste, and then describe it to people, and then I'll tell you the history.
Well, I'm going to tell what I can see is I can see that looks like beef, but it could be veal or something.
Oh yeah.
That looks like peas, like frozen peas that you get in a pack, and carrots as well. And I can't see anything else, but I'm assuming there's onion in there, and maybe garlic. But now I'm going to taste it. Oh, and by the way, I could tell it was seasoned. It had herbs, but that was pretty obvious by the color.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to taste it. I can't describe what the flavors I'm tasting. It's kind of like, what is that? What is that flavor? What's that spice? Clove or something?
No, there's a few spices in there. There's a fair few.
It's delicious.
So what? Yeah.
And what's happened in my mouth is I've tasted it and got a flavor, but as I've gone to swallow, there's a bit of spice that's hit the back of my throat.
Yeah, I know.
And now it's kind of, it's really nice. It feels like something I should have with mashed potato for some reason.
Yeah, so you're not wrong about that. So now, what I'm about to say is what I would call the word presumably, because I don't know the full history of everything.
What's
So
it
keep
called?
Talking. So Kimo. Kimo, I'm pretty sure, is Gujarati, which is an Indian language. And again, I say presumably because I don't fully know the history.
Doesn't matter, we're not going to fact check you here. I
Yeah,
don't know, Jane.
it just translates to the word like meat, mince meat.
Mhm.
So, but
Kimo.
that's why often like a lot of Indian
Oh,
language.
this is so good.
Yeah, it is good. So a lot of it translates to like it's a direct translation, but what it is this. So, it's basically just mincemeat with like what do you call it? Peas and carrots, and also meant to also be cooked with some potato. So that's why when you like potato, it's thing, or served on rice. Still with potato. It's turmeric, cumin, coriander, ginger, garlic paste. And it's meant to have some onion, but I don't do that. Now, this to me is like my definition of home, as in my mum used to cook this a lot growing up, and it took me ages to recreate her recipe to figure it out, because although she was educating me, she was like, just chuck it in a pot, just fucking chuck it. And I'm like, what are you chucking?
Yeah.
Turns out the things I was missing was the specific spice combination, the ginger garlic paste, and also the peas and carrots, weirdly.
Ginger garlic paste.
Yeah, so you can buy that, or you can buy those separately. Ginger paste, garlic paste, just from Woolworths, it's fine. And it's weird because I used to try and cook this with more vegetables for my girlfriend because she was like, we got to have more vegetables. And I'm like, only meat. And then nothing would work in my body. Whenever she goes on a holiday, I go, I should eat more vegetables. This is crazy. I've externalized that to her. But it's like, so I'd add other vegetables in there and it wouldn't be the same flavor. And it drove me crazy. And turns out it was this specific, the flavor from the peas and the carrots with those specific spice combinations brings this. Now, what's also interesting is rather than cooking with a lot of oil, I've cooked with a little spray oil and mostly water. So calorically, because I do a lot of like counting calories and stuff like that, this is very efficient. This is the extra lean mince from Woolies. So overall, this is 250 grams of... Yes, it's good. It's just good. It's good bodybuilding stuff. It is good. That's what I mean, the coalescence of culture.
It's delicious, by the way. Now, as I've had like a few spoons now, Now it's like the roof of my mouth has this tingle. It's quite
There's a bit
good.
of chili.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for bringing this, man.
Very good. This is my lunch. And sometimes this is breakfast. With rice, it's an amazing dinner because then the rice absorbs some of the flavor.
Rice. Rice.
and the
I
stuff,
reckon
yeah.
like mashed potato would be perfect with this.
Yeah.
I mean, if you weren't counting calories.
No, that's fine. But then it becomes something new as well. I spent ages trying to like figure out the exact thing to get this flavor. And it turns out it was the final step was just the peas and the carrots and not like broccoli and stuff. Because broccoli changes the flavor of things. Everything changes the flavor of everything.
It does.
Yeah.
Especially,
And the ginger garlic was also a thing. Yeah.
you don't want like overcooked broccoli either, because that just tastes like off water.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. But seriously, try
done a
ginger
good job.
garlic paste. Ginger or garlic paste. It's just really simple to just chuck in quite a lot of
I
dishes.
don't know what I would cook it in. Cook it.
I don't know what you cook to say what you'd cook it in, but whatever you cook the most, just do it. What do you cook? What do you cook the most?
I don't even know.
You cook?
Spaghetti. I'm a good cook, but I just find like
You could put it in like your sauce, but it would change. It wouldn't be very Italian.
my
anymore.
evenings are busy, so I don't even know what I cook anymore.
What are your evenings busy for? What are you?
Editing,
Oh yeah, okay.
managing a podcast while I'm having a full-time job.
What's your full-time job?
I work in sales.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't ask me to explain it. It's complicated, but it's a new job.
You convince people to give their money while also giving the most money they could.
That's one way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't looked at it that way for a very long time.
That's because you're knee deep in the sales. You're more like, well, it's really about positioning them so they can see the value in the product that I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
I'm assuming that's why you're saying that because you're so, again, the train has left the station. The stuff you're looking at is different. Yeah.
When you see genuine value though, like
No.
you know, like they could drive the beat up old Toyota, or they can have the brand new Toyota. It's not that I don't sell cars, by the way,
Okay.
but I'm just saying like the one that's costing them a lot of money to fix every year versus the one that could cost them a little bit more money up front, or maybe even double, a lot more money up front, but isn't going to give them as much headaches. That's kind of the way how I've learned to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also someone who likes fixing cars might get a lot of value out of the car that's they have to fix every year. You know what I mean? It's different. Different people, different things.
Not in my industry, but in my industry, no one likes fixing the cars. They do it because they don't know what the alternative is.
You're in the medical industry, and fixing the cars refers to unaffordable surgeries.
No, I'm not scamming people. I'm not scamming people.
I don't know.
Oh, this is so good.
Yeah, so this is the food. I like it.
This is so good. I'm honestly, I don't know if it's because I'm tired, but I'm kind of just, it's not a food coma. I'm blissing out over this.
It's really good. It's one of my favorite.
I'm
things
blissing
to cook,
out.
yeah.
Is that normal?
I always feel the same after eating this.
Oh, yeah, because I'm like, shut up. Can we shut up for a second while I just sit over here and...
Yeah, you can. Welcome to the Silence Podcast. I genuinely...
We're getting a Polaroid?
You can be Polaroided.
Polaroid.
Click. I don't know.
Don't worry about it. Just basic English.
I don't know. Well, we're now Polaroided.
Yes, no, not for me. Oh, thank you. I was asking if it was a Polaroid. Do you know what a Polaroid is? No. Okay, so you see Instax. The original print camera was called a Polaroid. Thank you. He almost cut you out, but you're in here.
Oh, cool. I'm famous. Famous on that.
This is
that Instax, not Polaroid.
I know. That was way harder work than I thought it would be. But
Enjoy
then I sort of realized while I was talking to him, I was like, well, I was born in the 80s.
Yeah.
So Polaroid is a very household name for me.
Yeah, it's a different
And I'm
thing.
trying to explain it to this guy who's obviously look, he's definitely half my age. You'd say
Yeah.
20 years old?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
what is he born 2005?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't know a life without YouTube.
Yeah, I think about that. I wouldn't want to be a baby now. Do you know what I mean? Like growing up with AI stuff. Although it's no longer as exciting as we thought it was.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like every generation though. Like to them it's going to be old, it's going to be boring.
Yeah.
They're going to go back, like there's going to be a renaissance, and I've already started saying this. I say this a lot. A renaissance of IRL
Yes, I
experiences.
agree.
And people
I say
being
that a lot too.
offline.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw some 20-year-old punks reading books on the tram the
That's
other day.
crazy.
And I was like, I know why they're doing that.
Yeah.
Because when they're reading a book, they don't accidentally get bullied when they open up their phone. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you
No.
pull your...
Who's bullying them?
What that,
The phone bullies.
well, you're not being
Are you-
emotionally hijacked by algorithms.
Oh, yeah.
You're not being like, okay, sure, maybe I'm taking it to an extreme example, but
No,
let's just
but
say
you're
you
right.
are being bullied, right? Everyone's got, like, I've got your Instagram now. I can send you a message.
Yeah.
Like, I could have sent you a message saying I hate your comedy,
Yeah, you could.
and
You should.
and you had
Please
no
do.
and you had no choice but to receive that message.
Yeah. I mean, I could block you.
But
But yeah, I know what
before
you're
you
saying.
block me.
Before, yeah.
Like suddenly, like you pull out your phone and you got a message from X saying something. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Now people are like, "Fuck this! How do I enjoy life and learn things, but not be accidentally hijacked by these notifications?" And some
Yeah.
of them telling me shit I don't want to see. Oh, that's right. There's bookstores and they sell books, and I
Yeah.
can actually learn shit. And by the way, the book's not going to smash me with some algorithm trying to sell me something
Yeah,
halfway
yeah.
through the book. I'll get to concentrate and keep my cognitive, condition high.
Yeah. Your actual brain,
Yeah.
I suppose. Yeah, because that, as you're saying, like growing up without YouTube, I do part of the meditation stuff. I do realize there's a lot of sensations in my head that are it's like, it's not mine. I'm being punched and pushed in different ways constantly.
1 million.
And when you see that, you go, oh, well, I don't like that. So then you become aware of all the things that punch you and push you in different ways. And YouTube is one of them. I love YouTube. I love it so much.
I love YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube's probably my favorite thing. Yeah, it's had a good 20 years now of existence to the point where I can say the platform of it has enriched my life in
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah,
in
I
many
agree.
ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can do the same if you want. You choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
It can enrich your life if you let it. And the first time it did that, and I've told this story before, is when I went for a job interview. My girlfriend was pregnant with my now daughter, and I went for a job interview, and I dressed as well as I could for the interview, but I didn't wear a tie.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of it, he was impressed enough to offer me the job, and he gave me the offer. And then looked at me and goes, look, one question. How come you haven't been wearing a tie to these interviews? And I just flat out said, I don't know how to do a tie. I've never had to do a tie in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I was 23 at the time. And, I went to a public school. And he goes to me, all right, no worries. Go on YouTube tonight and learn how to do a tie. Within
Yeah, YouTube.
a year later, I could do 4 different ties. In 4 different, like I could do the Windsor, the half Windsor, the other one, and the something knot.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned it all off YouTube. And then that's the first time I was like, oh, I kind of get this thing now. I hadn't really been on it before,
Yeah.
and now I'm like, I can learn how to like make myself better,
Mm.
So it was a pretty enriching experience. And since then, that's the way I've looked at the platform. But then, you go on YouTube and you see like, the news outlets and you see
Yeah, it's a
people
bit hectic.
getting like, you can definitely go down rabbit holes and disappear.
Well, I think this food is a good example. It's enriching you right now, but if you were to eat this every meal for like even for a week, you'd feel not great. And also you'd get used to that sensation, the very warming sensation it brings. And you'd be like, oh, what is this? I'm numb to it almost.
I'm too blissed out.
Yeah. But,
Yeah, that's true.
But your organs would slow down because you're not probably getting enough. There's not a lot of vegetables in this. It's not, you'd get clogged. I find beef clogs me up. That's really why I'm saying that.
Mm,
Yeah. I feel very clogged up generally after beef. Yeah.
same.
Yeah, I think chicken is
It's
higher.
an age thing.
Is it? That's because you've got more years under your belt than me. and more
I think
memories.
the more clogged you are, you don't declog as much as you clog.
Yes.
So it's clogging you because you're clogged.
Yes, that makes sense.
That's what I found that when I did Kundalini yoga,
Mm.
2019, 2018, right? It was extremely detoxifying activities we were doing, and I was addicted to this yoga. I was going like 4 nights a week, and it's hectic. Like Kundalini, have you done it before? I seen it, I heard of it.
No. I know of it.
It's hectic.
Yeah.
You're doing like 5-minute planks and then flapping your arms for 5 minutes, and if you don't think an hour to an hour and a half of that is, that doesn't sound like hard. Honestly, I've never been so sore in my entire life after 1 week of doing that. I was shredded. I could see muscle fibers that I'd never seen before, and I've been fit. So I was like, man, this shit's like transforming me. But then like the repercussions of that was like, because Kundalini, they're like, oh, this is flushing out your symptoms. This exercise is flushing out your lymph nodes underneath your armpits. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Give me a beer after that.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
since then, one beer. I'm
Interesting.
losing. Like, I used to be a weapon. I could sink like 20 pints. No dramas. Now it's like 1 pint and I'm like keeling over. And I'm like, oh, I detoxed myself to a point now where I'm like baseline again. And that was back then. Now I've clogged myself up again.
Well, it's important too.
But beef I can only eat like rare, like a steak I can only eat rare.
Okay. That's interesting. I don't know the digestive, like if you cook something more, is it less digestible? I actually don't. That's an interesting thing to look up.
I don't know. My body just tells me I don't like it cooked.
Yeah.
I like it rare.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Easier to chew, blah, blah, blah.
I have a similar thing where last year I was on a diet. I had a great personal trainer. I lost 22 kilos in the whole year.
You're kidding.
I was a bit fatter, but whatever. Point is this year I'm
You
no
look
longer.
good.
Thanks. So I've been trying to like experiment with diet and this and that, and it clicked this time because I just got off like a cut maybe like 2 weeks ago. And it clicked that when I'm on lower calories, whatever I'm eating in whatever quantities doesn't mess with my body. But when I start to eat a normal amount, whatever I'm eating, I'm not, like I'm reacting to something. There's inflammation. I'm not feeling great. I'm actually, yeah, it is. And I'm clogged. And it's not just because of quantity of food. It's because of what I'm actually eating. And when I'm on a diet, I don't experience
100%.
that. Yeah.
Longevity, you want to make it to 100.
Yeah.
Reduce
clog it.
reduce inflammation as much as you
Yeah,
can in as many different ways and areas as possible.
Yeah.
I do cold showers every day.
The whole shower?
3 minutes.
Okay. As
I
in,
have 2 showers a day. One before work, when I get up, I do a cold shower. Sometimes straight out of bed.
okay.
If I didn't make time to exercise, and then after my day, I come home, do my warm shower, shampoo, whatever.
Okay. So one is like a wake yourself up sort of thing.
Ones are like,
And one's a calming down, a ritual of end.
yeah, you could look at it that way.
Yeah.
Sure. Or like just clean up, because I'll do my exercise afterwards. So it's a proper wash afterwards. In the morning, it's definitely a wake up, put yourself through the grind, do the thing you don't want to do, kind of like build resilience mentality.
Do you have that mindset with a lot of things? Like just not throw yourself into the deep end, but like a bit of a, if we're going to do it, we're just going to fucking, that's what this is. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, yeah, I guess what I'm trying to, so I was doing my best to not talk about this, but I will.
Look, I didn't say anything to that question.
Well,
I just looked at Sharam and I wiggled my finger around to insinuate that, have a look at this. This podcast is an example of that. And
Yeah.
yes, to answer your question properly, I tend to do that with things.
Yes. So the reason why I bring that up, so maybe a month ago, I had a huge breakthrough in my meditation where I realized,
I love that you're talking about your meditation so much, man. I just love it, how many breakthroughs you're having. This is just enlightening. It is.
no, yeah,
You never hear people. You hear people talking about how much they meditate. You never hear them talking about how many breakthroughs they have.
Yeah,
It's like it's such a nice thing to hear.
Thank you. It's nice. I think it was if you're in my life more, you'd be like, Could we talk about something else?
No,
I
please.
genuinely. So, a lot of my breakthroughs up until before this breakthrough, not a lot of them, but a certain genre. Long story short, I realized that I'd been struggling with the feeling of feeling unloved.
Okay, that makes
And
sense.
it was because I just was uncomfortable with how it felt.
Hmm.
So it clicked one day.
Yeah, same.
It's
Same.
simple, but it just clicked
can
one day. I
relate
was like,
to that.
oh, this is just what being unloved feels like. And it just became very objective. It didn't become subjective. So the reason why I bring that up is a lot of my breakthroughs around love were more about how to not feel it.
Yeah.
I was desperately trying to not feel it, get better at things, do things in weird ways. Comedically, for example, if I bombed, I'd be like, that's it. It almost felt like my entire career started from scratch every single time. And I'd almost make things harder for myself to prove that I'm not going to be without that feeling. But you can hand that to me. But the breakthrough, I realized, like, this is just what unloved feels like. It's no longer an issue. Does that make sense? Now I just let myself feel unloved. I then transmute it. I process it. Yeah, so the reason why I'm saying that is I realized a lot of my habits, my inner habits were, dare I say, raw dogged. I'm going to call it raw dogging it without lube. Unlubricated. So like even comedically, I finally started bringing back my old jokes because it was like, oh, they help lube an audience. I don't have to make it the hardest thing every single time just to prove myself.
That's true.
Here's a little spoon thing.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it was like trying to...
And the context, I don't make everything... Okay, so I don't make everything hard all the time just for the sake of it.
Yeah, that's what I did.
That's different.
No longer. Yeah.
But more so that I will try to think, like, if it doesn't feel like, if it feels too easy, or if it feels like I could be doing something better, or pushing, or pushing an envelope of some sort, or this, I'll just do it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll do it, and I'll try because I actually really value the learning experience, but also cognitively, I understand that it's in order to stay young mentally, you have to continue to exercise the right side of your brain, which is the one that is great for the learning side.
Makes sense.
If you don't, it dies. And when it dies, you die. Because all you have left is just memories and patterns and behaviors. You don't
And then you
you
get
don't do
stuck in the
anything new.
patterns. Yeah.
So I tend to want to push into new territories and boundaries and stuff. So for example, right now, this is, if I go back to the wiggly finger that I did before, this is an example of me didn't quite know what was missing, but I knew sitting down in front of someone in a studio is not the way I normally engage with people.
Yes.
So why would I do a podcast in that space?
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, because that's the best way to control the sound, or that's where podcasts are done. Sure, I get it. But I'm like, well, what if I could learn how to control the sound? What if I want to have a conversation? What if I go traveling to Europe again and I meet incredible people like last time I went to Europe, and I want to talk to them, and I want to record, I want to remember it, I want to capture that. Then I need to figure out how to solve that problem. And so this was born kind of from that idea that I could just pick up this stem, transport it to somewhere else in the world, anywhere else in the world, and it would be the same.
Yeah.
It's just it fits in this bag. They'll throw the airport stuff, toss it in, and that. But
I relate to that.
But yeah, I think then there's now this, it's kind of become comfortable. Like before we pressed record today, you were like, oh, those hooks where you sign. Yeah, those hooks have been there for 18 months now.
Yeah, yeah. And now you're like, well, it's time to change it. No? I mean, this works. The conversations are different.
Yeah. This does work, and it's enjoyable, and I'm going to keep it going, right? But I tell you what, like, I am getting itchy feet for like the what's next kind of thing.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I've always wanted to do one on a boat on the Yarrow as it's cruising.
Yeah, I
up and
was
down.
thinking, put it on a boat. I don't know if you said that earlier.
I've said it a few times.
Okay.
Like could have been.
In life.
Could have been.
Yeah, I was immediately like, yeah, do it on a boat.
I've done it on a boat while it was, moored.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, yeah, I want to do it while it's moving.
Yeah, okay.
And I've thought about just hiring a go boat, getting some clamps, tying the clamps to the little table they have on the go boat,
That works.
or just doing them handheld. But
Yeah, so I spent ages trying to figure out how to have a mobile podcasting setup because I have my solo one called the Sharam Namdarian podcast.
nice.
And if there's anything that the current political climate has taught me is that there are a lot of people who have their podcast, their show is just the so-and-so show. And
Their name?
yeah, and it drives me not crazy, but I am like, if you listen to any of my episodes, the first few minutes is me going, I don't know what to call this. Like
It was the same.
I've changed the premise many times.
It was the same.
Yeah.
It was the same.
Yeah.
Same. In the first
That's hard.
episode that I did, which was audio only, recorded in 2019, not published for like a year.
Oh, yeah?
You hear me say, "Welcome to On a Journey." That's the first thing.
Interesting.
That's the thing I say. And,
Yeah.
and you know, I can hear back. I'm like, I'm not really comfortable saying that. I can hear the hesitation in my voice because I hadn't really settled on it, but it was kind of good enough, is near enough.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I was like, honestly, so throughout that year, I managed to record like 5 episodes. Now I wanted to publish them. We were now in lockdown. I wanted to publish them one after the other to build some traction.
Yep.
And I just remember thinking, man, I gotta settle on this name. I gotta settle on this name now
I have that.
because I'm just gonna start to publish.
Yeah.
And so I just called it after me, and it's been a thing for me since. I'm like, I wish I'd found a better name, but then
Yeah, but it's too late now. No.
It is.
You know you can
It's way
change
too
it.
late
I
now.
mean, apart from the neon sign, you can change your name at any
I got to
time.
change the neon sign, don't I? Because
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
It is cool. Just get a symbol and then just go whatever. I've now figured out a system of me just plugging in my mic, which is a USB-C mic, one of the Rode USB-C ones,
Yep.
directly into a little adapter into my older phone, although the new iPhones have a USB-C anyway,
Yep.
and then just use the Rode Capture app, which has a higher frequency range of recording for audio, and I have this incredibly simple tripod that holds my phone magnetically, and it's 7 foot tall.
That's sick.
That I can now do crazy, like I can even it's really easy for me to just grab it or even walk down the street with this thing. But now I'm like, I don't even know what I want to talk about. I've spent so long trying to devise the perfect system that now I have, and this is what I do. I design systems that then I go, what do I want to do? Once
Okay.
I've created the system.
Well, I'll give you an idea of why these are so long then, because if I think of your setup, it's really mobile. It's really street talk.
Yeah, it's very
really
fun, short things.
Yeah, short. And
Short.
and then go use
Raw.
use the short time frame that you have to make yourself boundaries to work within. Like give yourself limitations, because any art I found through stories that I've heard of incredible artists throughout history, the best ones are kind of born out of limitations. Like Dr. Seuss is a great example
I agree
with
with
Green
that,
Eggs
yeah.
and Ham. Well, Green Eggs and Ham.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the story of that? I don't know that.
It was specifically, he had already had bestsellers. I think, I'm not sure if the Lorax was already out by then, or it was definitely the Cat in the Hat, right? But Green Eggs and Ham, it was like a challenge that he either set himself or his publisher set to him, right? I can't remember which one it was. I think it was he set it himself. I want to write a book using only 50 different words.
Oh, okay.
It's not a 50-word book. Just the limitation is I can only use
Yeah, so
a range of 50 words, and I can use them, each of them, as many times as I want. But that's the limitation.
makes sense.
Green Eggs and Ham became his best-selling book of all time. All right.
No, that
What about
makes sense.
Jack White? Jack White, the White Stripes interview I heard with the White Stripes was like their thing was everything's got to be 3. Everything's 3. Just everything's got to be in 3s.
Oh, okay. I was like, three
so-
guitars, 3 drummers, 3 singers,
No. I mean like
3 stages.
three chords.
Yeah, okay.
3 beats or whatever, 3 colors, black,
Yeah.
red, and white. So he just used 3s as his parameter to work within. When it comes to this podcast, for example, it's a bit of an undertaking to bring my equipment here.
Yeah, it would be.
It's, it's a bit of an undertaking for someone to come to me,
Yeah.
I ask them to bring food. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that
okay,
was different.
yeah.
In my head, I was like, this is the free lunch podcast. But no, I liked it as much as I was joking
Actually,
about it.
No.
There you go. New name, the free
Free
lunch podcast.
with Louis Diaz. And trust me, then it's not always lunch. Like that effort is
Yeah,
incredible.
fair.
Sometimes it's like some lollies.
Yeah,
it's
you go. Here's a
just fun.
snack.
You never know what someone's going to bring.
Okay, you just like to see what they do.
Yeah. And but there's usually a story, and your story was great for that, by the way. But I'm not going to ask you here to sit down with me for 5 minutes. I'm not going to set all this up just for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We're going to hash it out. We're going to do an hour and a half, 2 hours even.
Yeah.
So, I work within the guides of what your capability is. Give yourself some limitations and go.
Yeah, I do agree with that. As in, like, so when I said I studied games design, I loved mobile games because there was less screen. And that I loved that because you're suddenly forced to work within different parameters.
Yeah, sure.
Same thing what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, Angry Birds solved that problem real interesting with lots of like zooming. And,
Yeah, that's true.
But that was quite a sophisticated game.
Yeah, I liked the physics in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the physics were incredible.
Now what are they? Is there any? Does Angry Birds still?
Have you ever heard of Star Wars Angry Birds?
Yeah, I think it's just where the characters are Star Wars characters. Yeah.
Like the Yoda character was sick, and it would put out a little lightsaber and clean things up.
That's fun. I never played it.
And they would make Star Wars sounds. Do yourself a favor, download it.
So see that lady's
Spend
how
at
she's
least
got
6 weeks.
tripod like that with her GoPro on it.
Yeah.
That's sort of what my thing is like, but it's super extendo.
Yeah.
And then you have your phone on the top with your tripod connected.
I've got one of those for this in here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's fun, and it's very mobile. What do you think about Coke, as in Coca-Cola, constantly having Star Wars stuff all over it? And then Marvel stuff.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, so I drink a lot of like Coke Zero.
I like Coke.
Yeah.
I don't drink any of the other Cokes. I'm an OG Coke drinker.
Maybe it's just Coke Zero.
I'm offended when I ask for a Coke and someone pulls out a Zero. I'm like, who do you think this is?
Yeah. I don't want the extra calories.
I don't want your fake sugar. Give me the real sugar.
I don't want your calories. Give me pretend food.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want to pretend. That's why because if you're having less calories, I like perceived eating. So I'd eat a lot of, but I love that you're like, you want your sugar. Love that for you.
I want things raw dog and authentic.
I think what made Star Wars special was the fact that it wasn't always available.
Oh, everything's about money these days, bro. Come on, please.
But you'd think that maybe, hey, we should have 10 things that we cycle through, not constant. You know what I'm trying to say? We're in an omni-franchise society now, where it's like there's Star Wars is on the Coke Zero cans. I got a Yoda. I got Red Hulk.
I want one of those now. I want to see what it looks like.
Yeah, you can
Red
look
Hulk?
at. Red Hulk is Green Hulk. It's Harrison Ford, but also it's because it's on the Coke can. Maybe it's just regular Hulk, but he's red because the can is red. I don't know. But we're not in a place where these huge franchise companies, entertainment companies, are letting you rest. So of course we're like, I'm fatigued of this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
My Coke can has a Yoda on it.
Letting you rest. That's a really interesting, like, analogy or a point. Like they're not letting you rest. No, their job isn't to let you rest, bro. Your job is to let you rest.
Yeah, that's what the businesses do. They put the onus on you. You have a YouTube problem.
You have to recycle.
Yeah.
There's another problem they put on you. You're the one that has to recycle. And then you realize that there is no recycling plant here. And that me walking around finding a yellow bin for the last 20 minutes didn't really help anything.
Yeah, because someone put in a plastic container with some food in it.
But the company that sells that we're supposed to recycle has no owners. There's there's absolutely zero onus on them to do anything about the recycling problem.
Yeah.
You think it's a little odd?
Yeah, it's a bit insane.
You're selling it to them. Do you have some way of them being able to dispose of what's left of your product? Right? And your product includes the contents of the can and the can. Now, if your business is selling something to a customer and it has the liquid contents which they're supposed to consume and pee out, right? And
That's true. You're not thinking about the pee.
It has
I'm not thinking about the pee when I drink my Coke. That's, yeah.
and it has the can which they can't drink, right? And they can't pee out, therefore, but they're supposed to dispose of. Are you what are you doing to help them figure out how to dispose of that?
Yeah. Nothing.
No one ever asked that question. No one. That's the thing. And then these companies became so powerful that they became beyond that question, right?
Yeah.
So when a politician asks them that question, they go, "Oh, what? Here's a few $1,000s."
Yeah.
And they're like, "What was that question again?" And they're like, "Oh, don't worry about it. All sweet." So, that's kind of where we got to today, to where it comes to what you said. That now their job is like, they're off scot-free. Their job is to just sell as much of that shit as they can.
Yeah.
And not let us rest.
And here's another weird idea I've been thinking about when I saw the Apple convention where they're like, look at this new iPhone.
I haven't seen that yet. It's the new iPhone 17 you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to see it. There's really like, look, it has better camera. Lol. It's
It looks
smaller.
it's slightly different shape.
Which is interesting. But they did say the iPhone is well, it is very, I mean, it's a sexy phone. I'm not going to lie, but it is, what do they say? The number is wrong here, but they said last year, it was either 200 or 200 billion selfies taken on the iPhone. Because I don't know how they know that. Why do they have those stats in the first place? But that's too many selfies.
Yeah, because everyone's hooked up to iCloud, so they know.
Yeah, there is that. So then now we've got iCloud's worth of, like, what I'm trying to say is digital trash.
Well, wait a sec. Yeah, that's true.
When you die, where are your selfies?
They're on some server somewhere.
Yeah. And now we've got 10,000 years of iPhone selfies.
They're building servers at the bottom of the ocean so that they can stay cold enough.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes
I think
sense.
I just made
but
that up.
Oh, really?
We need to fact check that. But
Okay.
yeah, Google.
They're building servers in the bottom.
No. So Google has a bunch of servers.
Yeah.
They are likely to be somewhere deep in an ocean. But they don't. Obviously, they're not going to disclose the location of their servers. That's a top secret thing, because if you Google servers, you Google.
Yeah.
Right. So no one can ever know where they are. They've got to be out of reach. Right. Some company would have been paid a significant amount of money to build that thing, and hush.
Yeah, it's like the Taj Mahal, and they cut off all their hands after.
Yeah,
so they can't build another one.
So yeah, and the only logical place to build a server is either somewhere cold. So you're either going to build one in outer space, right? Maybe on the moon that has no atmosphere.
Yeah, but then there's a cable running to the moon, and no one has seen it yet. So therefore, it's not the moon. That's what I was thinking. It's like cold as moon, but...
And then there's the ocean.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking like the near ocean. I'm not talking an iceberg. I'm talking the bottom of an ocean, right? And then there's some lakes. I think there's a lake or something. I saw this incredible map one day that mapped out like the depths. There's some lakes that are deeper than some oceans, which just blows my mind. So I was like, well, yeah, maybe they could have chosen a lake in Wisconsin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They could have a private lake that, since they control the maps, it's not on the map.
1 million. Well, they don't put military bases on maps.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
The maps are lies.
Just put consumer data on there. Like stuff that you and I care about. How do I get to the nearest KFC?
And this is why... In my head, this is why 2-hour-long podcasts are a problem.
Yes.
Because by the end of the 2 hours, you're like, they put it in a map. There's a KFC in the ocean. The ocean is the server itself. And we're gonna, and then people listen to it and they're like, yeah, there is. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm trying to say is the male loneliness epidemic is the solution, not the problem. We shouldn't be talking for 2 hours.
I don't find that problematic.
It's a joke, but I don't think it's problematic either.
Yeah.
But I think it's...
Because once it takes, like... Everyone's so surface level in society today.
Yeah.
It takes us a good hour to sniff each other's asses.
Yeah.
And then we start talking about stuff that's really interesting to us.
It's the insane stuff. You should flip the episodes. So like they have
They are playing in the reverse.
yeah, or the last 10 minutes is the first 10 minutes. And then how did we get here? Anyway, so welcome to the podcast.
They're not all as random as this, bro.
Oh, okay.
Some of them
I
are
thought this is normal.
some of them are very linear.
Oh yeah, because I
Yeah.
was waiting for it to go full circle. But I think we've done a lot of small circles.
We have.
Yeah. I was because you were like, we're going to go full circle.
Well, I mean, we didn't yet cover something that I wanted to ask.
Oh,
like,
okay.
When did you get into comedy, and what spurred you? Like, what was the inciting incident where like, yeah, I think I'd be good up on stage?
Never thought I'd be good on stage.
Do you remember thinking?
Yeah,
I
I know. I
should do
remember
that
the
one day?
exact point. So so since 2016, 2015, I was a life and relationship coach, doing stuff online.
That's
There
where we
go.
needed to get back to.
Yeah, there you go. There's the full circle. But this is what I mean about identity firming and stuff. Like, it used to be past me is like, well, I've got to tell you the whole story. Now, current me is like, it's fine. I know it. Who cares? But
Yeah.
I can explain if you want. But long story short, COVID happened, and I had run out of money because I'd started coaching myself, weirdly enough, and I realized actually how much depression I had.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Keep going.
What, do a good job, what, explaining the story? Or?
No. Like, I'm pretending to coach myself.
Oh, no, because what happened was
Go
you
me.
sort of, yeah, no, but you're
Yes, me.
well, that's not my style of life coaching.
Work harder, me.
Yeah, that's what everyone thinks life coaching is. You got to have a coach that goes, do more slam dunks, they say. This was more like, hey, what are you feeling? I'm depressed. Oh, maybe you should feel that. And it was just like, and
Oh man.
and it also got to a point where I realized when they sell you, hey, you can work from anywhere,
Yeah.
you're just really alone behind a computer.
Yeah.
So I started to realize,
Thank you for deglamorizing the digital nomad.
yeah, and also, where's anywhere? It's just Bali because it's cheaper.
Literally.
Or
Thailand.
Yeah, so it's not. Yeah, exactly. So it's not as glamorous.
There's
as
a
you
couple
think
of
it is.
joints like in Croatia and that yeah. There's like there's Portugal. There's a couple of really well-known digital nomad hubs that are because they're cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's not
But
glamorous
they're not
at all.
like New York City in a penthouse.
No. Work anywhere behind a screen. And so long story short, I'd started to deal with my own depression. I let myself run out of money. I ran out of money, moved back with my family. Then once I'd finally resolved my depression through meditation, literally me and my girlfriend call it the year I lay down, because I just lay down for a year dealing with it. I ended up. Now, I'll tell you the end of that story is interesting at an emotional level. But then I went and...
Sounds like a Wes Anderson film.
The year I lay down. It's not that exciting. Yeah.
Where Bill Murray just lays down for the whole film.
And you're like... And then the audience is
Owen
like,
Wilson
what
comes-
is this about?
Owen Wilson comes along and goes, hey.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That's so profound.
That's you, by the way. You're always like, wow.
Wow, I
Yeah.
am.
And then my dad was like, do you want to work with me at the Melbourne wholesale market? So this was during COVID. I started working with him and basically restarting my mental state. And during that, I was like, I should do stand-up. I said I should do stand-up next year. Next year came, and then I started. That's literally it. But when I look back at my journey, I realized I was always like, I want to start stand-up comedy when I made it as a coach.
Yeah.
And in many ways I was doing the dream. I was working for myself. As soon as I started working for myself full time, I stopped doing what worked because clearly I had all these big hopes and aspirations and dreams, but it was more I was excited by them than actually achieving them. But yeah, as a kid, I always looked at stuff online, TV, and people doing stand-up being like, I want to do that. But I didn't know I was allowed to. And it took a comedian who's like a friend of family growing up. I saw him doing comedy and I was like, oh, I didn't know we're allowed to. I thought I was meant to be an accountant or a doctor, and anything less, I was a failure.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's so
So
interesting.
that's the long story. I need to compress it to make it really interesting.
That's
and
really
short.
good. That's really good. I'm curious about that lie down year.
Yeah.
And you so obviously you've been through with your partner for 9 years.
Yeah, so she was there for that.
She was there for that.
Yeah.
So were you living together with her?
No, that was before we moved in with each other.
Oh, right.
And
so,
I'd had,
yeah, you weren't like, honey, I'm moving back in with my folks for a bit.
No, it was
That
like,
would've
honey,
been
I'm
awkward.
moving in and I need to I run out of money. And she was like, all right. She's very supportive of everything. She's wonderful like that. But long story short, my process of meditation is basically emotional surrender. It's this idea that every emotion has a start and an end, sort of like a movie.
Yeah, well, that's makes a lot of sense.
And if you don't complete the cycle, you'll never actually know how to handle that. So this is why I talk about jujitsu. Once you've processed the thing, your body knows how to handle it. Like, what's the first Harry Potter movie about? Once you've finished it, you then know, hey, it's about this happened.
Resolved.
Yeah, it's resolved. And then your body knows how to handle it again and again and again and again.
This is why people need to do 2-hour-long podcasts.
Yeah. Yeah, because it takes me time to go.
No,
Because to me, this is like the secret sauce, and I didn't want to. I am often. Yeah, but I finally resolved my depression. One day it just clicked. In the same way it clicked where I realized this is just what unloved feels like. That's all. It's just that. That's what it feels like. I don't need to run away from it anymore. My depression, I realized for me, might be different for everyone else. At the end, I realized, it's just deep thought. I need to go down into myself to digest things at an identity level. Who I was working, but it's no longer working, and I needed to rethink who I am in the world. And so my depression wasn't really depression. It's actually deep introspection, which is a fun phrase.
Yeah.
It's not depression. It's deep introspection. It's got that rhyme that our brains sort of like.
You realize that, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you can get lost, or you can get lost in the notion that things are bad. I'm bad. I'm not where I want to be.
Yeah.
In life.
Yeah, and process it. And you go, yeah, I am not where I want to be.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's okay.
Yes, exactly. Who cares? And this is what I'm saying. I am feeling unloved in this moment.
Well,
who cares?
In order to get to where you want to be, you're not going to be where you want to be for the whole time until you get there. So you've got to be okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then sometimes you get there and you might not even like it.
Yeah,
like how I did with coaching.
How you're like, well, I didn't want this. I got a similar, I got a relatable thing with a children's book that I published.
Oh, yeah?
I realized I just wanted to do something for my kid, not be a children's book author.
Yes, and sometimes you don't, until the cycle completes, you don't actually know why you're doing it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Because those aspirations, propelled you into completing that project when contextualize it in the form of a project, right?
Yeah.
Then you realize when you complete the project that you were misguided. You no longer feel those aspirations.
Yeah, you've done it.
Now, you can't resent those aspirations because they got you to the resolution point.
Yeah.
You can't, it's okay to not want to be a children's book author anymore.
Yes.
It's okay. I just didn't realize that what I actually wanted was to write a book for my kid. And I did that.
Beautiful. Is it published?
Yeah, I published it myself.
Oh, okay, cool.
And people love it, man. I still get messages occasionally when I check them. My kid still really loves this book, or it's been 10 years since I published it. So they're like, our new kid's reading your book. So it's an incredible book and people love it. It was really well done. I'm really proud of it, and I put my best foot forward in it and completed it as well as I possibly could have achieved it, right? Which is probably why it was easier for me to let it go, because I know that I just gave it absolutely everything I had and got it as perfect as the perfectionist needed me to get it. But then at the end, you invest that much energy and perfectionism trying to get to this thing, and now you're like, right, cool, am I got to go and conquer the world with this thing? And then it's like, nah, I actually don't really like rocking up to preschools and snotty kids and reading it to them. I feel a bit lost. I haven't really worked out who I am. I've been.
It's interesting you went to kids' school to read your book. That's very cute. They would have loved that.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. I've got pictures of me reading it in front of preschoolers and actual school kids, and we did activities and drawing things, and I did it with real chocolate, so it was a real novelty. And I got to the end and I was like, I appreciate this process so much and what it's doing for everyone and what it's doing even for my life, but I don't really think I want to be here. I think where I want to be is somewhere else. And then so I got to the end of that, which was about a year and a bit after I published it. And it culminates with a story I told in a recent episode about how I started the skate lessons.
Mm-hmm.
So I dropped the hustle of the book
Mm-hmm.
because I just was done. And then I started just teaching people to skate for free. And that started a whole new cycle and
Yeah.
journey. And at the end of the skate lessons, which started free but ended up paid and changed my life again in many ways, but again at the end of that cycle realized this is not who I want to be. This is unsustainable. I'll injure myself. I started the podcast.
Yes. That's what I was. Yep. Makes perfect sense to me.
Because of all the people I was meeting through the skate lessons that had incredible stories.
Mm-hmm.
So the book turned into the skate lessons.
Yes.
From too much hustle, I don't want to be this person, to I don't want to hustle, I just want to do something for free because I love it. And the skate lessons turned into podcast because I was like, I'm meeting these incredible people with incredible stories. I want to capture some of those.
Yes.
Are you kidding? Like,
Yeah.
you just went where? What have you been doing for the past year? I'm like, whoa, I've got to record this conversation. Like, you're amazing.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful love that you have to share that. That's good. One of the mantras I have for emotional healing and meditation stuff is bad goes to good, good goes to great, great goes to amazing. Once the cycle has ended, you leave space then within your heart for the next version of that cycle, which you went from children's book to skate to podcast. That's one cycle, Harry Potter 1, Harry Potter 2, Harry Potter 3. That's an interesting
way of looking at it.
Yeah. It's the next expression of that. For me, I look at comedy once more I process it. It's literally the next expression of whatever I've been doing.
And do you ever sort of then capture yourself thinking, or are you able to predict like what the next expression is going to be? Or in the moment, is it just about enjoying this version of it? Because that's kind of what this is for me. I'm like, I don't know if this is going to be my thing forever. If it is, so be it. I'm open to it not, but I don't know.
I think to me, comedy is a platform that it can change, but it's still then the same thing. Does that make sense? So what I mean is, the way I look at it, I realized, okay, if my goals and mindsets can change, then this is a good vessel. Stand-up comedy is a good vessel for me changing, but a platform staying the same.
What was it about comedy though, apart from seeing your friend, our family friend, and not realizing that you're allowed?
It just looks fun.
It looked fun.
It was fun.
What about? Was there anything like? Yeah, like my idea that I'm trying to articulate is like, was there something about comedy specifically, the art form, as opposed to another art form, where you were like, I can have a great impact here?
So that is a good question. So I want to preface that with, the cycle ending with sort of coaching, that the thing I realized that helped me sort of move out of that was I realized I was just trying to fix my parents' relationship. And like, they're fine. They're fine now. They were probably fine back then.
Yeah.
But when you're a kid and all you see is like fighting occasionally, and again, like mum, dad, the way we talked about before. So I realized I wanted to either be a better man for my mum or learn how to fix men or get them to connect better. And that was that expression. When I realized that, it fell apart into its composite parts. So it's like entertainment, marketing, this and that, all that sort of stuff. So it just feels like another expression. But then you said, I just wanted to say that. So the question you said was, what was it? It was, what about that platform that
What about
Oh,
that
it's very
art form?
visceral. So it's very like real. Like you see your reaction straight away. I like influencing people. As in, I just
Clearly.
like thinking about what people are going through.
You said something influential to me in a group message I accidentally sent to.
Oh yeah, why? I don't know what that group chat is.
Neither do I. I
I was like, no one's gonna listen to the first 100.
I never group message people. Yeah. Exactly.
And that's something I got from like Joel was talking about.
By the
often.
way,
Yeah.
I came clean a few days ago to someone who asked me, "Oh, are you back on this now?" I'm like, yeah. Look, long story short, I'd actually been sacked from my job like a few days earlier, and I was having a tiz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by that message was sent out on a Friday.
Oh, okay. You were having a bit of a moment.
Yeah, and
That's
people were like, yeah. So it was on the Tuesday, I got sacked, or Wednesday. On the Friday, I sent this message, going, I don't think I love this anymore.
Yeah.
And then I didn't. That's exactly how I felt in that moment.
Yeah, and that's okay. You're allowed to not love it and change it and evolve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you sent me that message, and then I was like, maybe I should sleep on it a little more.
Yeah, I was like, you're freaking out. It's
Yeah.
fine.
And then I landed a job.
In sales, selling organs to people who need
It's
them.
not what I do.
Okay. He has to specify that.
If you've
Wink.
if you've
He
just joined
doesn't-
us,
Yeah, he doesn't sell.
I do not do that.
And then he sells fixer-upper organs. Like organs is like, well, because some people want to fix, Don't worry.
Okay. You had to be there.
You had to be there.
You had to be
listen
there
to the
about
first
an hour
and-
ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, where are we at now?
Yeah. We're at 1:36 now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty it goes quick, doesn't it?
I mean, sure.
I
I
think
think
super
it's been
fast.
exactly an hour and 36 in my head.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I haven't been like, wow, it's so fast, but oh, wow, it's so short. Do you know what? I've just been like, oh, it has been a while.
Actually, everything feels like it goes really quick in my head.
Okay.
I think like in my life right now, time's just flying. I don't know
the
why.
Brain, that's the brain rot. That's too much. You need to meditate more.
Interesting.
I don't. That's probably not it. Maybe just enjoying it. Creative. They've said like creativity engages a part of the brain that actually
Yeah, it
isn't-
loses time.
it loses time. Yeah.
Yeah. You get lost in time. Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
Could be that. Could be brain rot. Don't
Yeah.
know.
Without
Potato,
not able
potato.
to reference your own memories. Yeah. I think that there's a skit I wanted to make which I never made, which is it's a person's funeral and they never really did that much. So at the funeral they just show the people the memes they enjoyed.
Like someone who murdered someone at the age of 18 or a family and spent 50 years in like prison till they died. And they're like, well, yeah, the first 18 years were, grew up in this town and did this, and this is what their school teacher says about them. And then they got convicted of a crime, murdering, and then basically they spent the next 50 years in jail.
What's this relationship with? What are we talking? Why? Why this?
Making an example of someone
okay.
that didn't do much. It's
Yeah, okay.
did some stuff while you were there, but then spent the... How does someone get away with living and not doing much?
Well, that's not really their choice in that situation. I'm going to throw that out there.
Well, it was their choice.
I mean, yeah, that's true. They could be.
It's a hypothetical story, by the way. But yeah.
Well, the I find really funny. This is about life sentences. Like the mushroom lady, they convicted her. What was it? 3 simultaneous life sentences.
Yeah.
And then also 25
about
years.
that.
It's like, no, keep her alive for 3 lifetimes. Like, I think it makes sense that you'd be punished for.
You need to resuscitate her when she's...
Yeah. What is
keep her on
that?
a drip. Keep her in a coma.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like,
Cryogenically freeze her.
yeah. We're going to keep you alive for thousands of years. And then...
I think it's what it
You
is.
understand what
I think what it... Look, here's my theory.
Okay.
What it is like if we give you 25 years jail, which is like a 20 years, which is a life sentence, then people might forget what you did, and then you might get to 15 years and apply for parole, and people will be like, oh, yeah, well, you've done 75% of your term. Yeah, you've been well behaved. But then if they sort of go back through the record and realize that you were sentenced to 100 years jail and it's only been 15 years, they look at it and go, no, prob's not.
Oh, you're saying it's more for a...
A reference.
That makes way more sense than whatever I was thinking, which is it's dumb.
Yeah.
So...
It is also dumb.
Yeah, I just think, but if you're like, hey, we've given you 3 simultaneous life, so you not only you've
got to serve the first 2 before you even get a chance of parole.
yeah, that makes way more sense. Yeah, or you have to be
dog.
3 people
Yeah.
because 3 simultaneous life
Yeah,
sentences.
my one, I've made that up, by the way, but it makes more sense.
What? It does. It does
I've
make
made it
more
up.
sense than what I was saying.
I've made it up to the point where it actually could be.
Yeah, that could be the thing.
Yeah.
Because it also does make sense. You should be punished. If they're going to punish you, they should punish you for each individual crime. And then if they like, well, the punishment is life sentences. Well, we're just going to have to make you 3 life sentences. It's like, I don't live 3 times.
Some teacher at school... I saw this. Some teacher in a school in the United States sent a whole bunch of nudes to a whole bunch of students or something like that. I saw, and she got sentenced to like a bunch of life sentences for sexually assaulting children. And
How many life sentences?
like let's just say 9.
That's a lot of, yeah. Okay.
That's 180 years or something it was.
That's a cat.
That's because each person was considered a different victim.
I mean, but yeah.
And is it
That does make
not
sense.
a different crime. They were like, yep, for them. That
makes
it's 20 years
sense.
for them, 20 years for them. And I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, that's a lot. But they don't have that much life.
Well, and plus, it's just a bunch of nudes.
I mean, it's pretty bad.
I mean, it's bad, but you know what I mean. Like, Mushroom Lady tried to kill people.
Which apparently she was trying to, like, her husband was just like, man, she's done it before. Like,
You're kidding.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. My partner was telling me that he's come out and been like, look, I felt sick after many meals. Like,
Actually, my wife was a terrible cook, Judge.
yeah, it was just a joke.
Don't judge her on that.
Yeah.
Don't judge her on
It's
how bad a
pretty-
cook she is.
Yeah. We need more news.
Judge her on
But
the
not
intent.
more
We need more news.
No, we need more fun. I think no. We need more Australian news that's positive. I think that's what I want more specific.
Would you put that in the positive category, Mushroom
No,
Lady?
I wouldn't, because we have that and we have the breakdancing lady.
Oh, ray gun.
Yeah, we have that. And
She's
Rhaegar.
got off light, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no way we should be done with the gun.
Yeah. Yes, I can see why you'd say that. But what I think is that blew up so much because we don't have anything else to talk about.
Honestly, we need to rehash that. No, it's worth
No,
rehashing.
no, it's hashed
I'm
enough.
tired of hearing about.
The mushroom
Israel
lady, you
and
want?
Palestine.
Oh, you want? Yeah, okay. You want some relief?
I need some ray gun back.
What do you think about the Australian move towards net zero? There you go. There's a different news. Did you
I
see
don't
that?
think it's realistic.
I
Not
think
that I know anything about it. There's a couple of blokes about to throw down over there.
straight up.
I can't
see it.
Yeah, no, there's some throwing downs probably happening. It gets rowdy around here.
I can't see that. That's just
Sketch.
regular friendship to me.
Yeah, yeah, that's regular friendship.
I don't understand.
Black eyes and blood noses.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. This
Yeah.
has been fun.
this has been fun. This has
Yeah.
been insane.
Yeah. You enjoyed it?
Yes,
Yeah?
I've enjoyed it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you for making me affirm it in a way that you needed to hear.
Oh no, I'm just always look. I always want to make it a good experience for my guests.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And that's probably the most important thing for me. It's probably been the most important thing for me always. Is like whenever I'm engaging with people in any way, whether it's a skate lesson or a children's book, it's got to be a great experience for them. You know,
Yeah, okay.
make it memorable, make it worth them going. I would do that again.
Yeah, I'd be like, this was a fun experience. I will tell people, and I said, I had fun.
Yeah, and that's really it. And
Okay.
apart from a good chat, that's the only reason I'm doing this. It just so happens that it's also recorded and called a podcast.
Yeah.
But really, it's just a chat with someone that I want to make sure that they have a good chat too and
Yeah.
had fun.
I enjoy how you're like, this is a mobile system. Anyway,
It's kind of stationary.
It's very stationary. It's also very hard to move. You're like,
I can literally
I know,
pick this
but-
up.
yeah,
I can just unhook that. I'd leave that could stay there. Like if I had to run now with my equipment, that would be possible.
oh yeah, true.
Yank and bolt.
What about if you were to travel?
I'd look stupid running around with this T-shaped microphone arms, but I could literally pick it up.
Yeah, but what about if you were like, hey, I want to go on a plane? Not record on the plane. It just all fits into that. Oh, great. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. It's very interesting. The
Apart from the chairs, so we used to
Well,
sit on those chairs.
chairs are everywhere.
We used to
Oh.
So we used to sit on those chairs. So if you go back to episode 49 with Joe White, I was, and then you watch episode 50 with William Wong, where I'm sitting on different chairs because after 49 with Joe White, right, Joe's like, bro, I want to invite heaps of incredible famous people that I know onto your podcast, but I can't tell them about it if they got to sit on these chairs.
Yeah, okay.
And plus it was the chairs plus cushions.
Oh, did you tell him, hey, I got new chairs?
It was still, I've told him.
Okay, good.
I said to him, I bought new chairs because these are the second lot of chairs. The first ones were a bit too bulky. They had little side tables and cup holders. But then I bought and settled on these ones.
These are good, to be honest. How much were these, if you don't mind me asking?
Like $80 each or something.
Okay.
Yeah. But the whole kit, apart from the neon sign, used
And the
to fit.
chairs?
used to fit, including those, used to fit in here. And then, then I had to buy these bigger chairs, which means I got the trolley. And so,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, it's not as portable as it used to be, but, you know,
It's still reasonably portable for quite a good setup.
it's extremely portable. Yeah.
I love the what I do is I always often think about like, how do I quantum collapse everything? Like, how do I make everything that I own or whatever into a smallest possible thing that if I wanted it to disappear, I could. So that's why I'm like, my podcast is as small as it can be. It's a microphone and a thing.
Why is that important
I
to you?
don't know. I have no. It's a weight of objects. Objects have a weight to me.
Yeah.
It's a visceral thing. But anything that's
So
furniture,
it's not necessarily about volume, it's about weight.
yeah, it feels heavy. I feel stuck. I have a massive Warhammer collection, which is so heavy in my mind. That's another topic for the but
That's for the next step.
but the other thing, any furniture I have in the house, I'm like, well, it's our furniture. So it's like, it's not just mine, it's hers. And I've often joked that if we break up, like she can have everything.
Oh, you've got
I don't want,
commitment
as long
issues.
as I have, yeah, it's this, well, I think it comes from, and I do,
I have the same issue.
yeah, okay.
I'm like, I don't want to buy a dryer because then I'll have a fucking dryer
Yeah, then you have a dryer.
to cart
Then you
around.
have
I've
a
got
dryer.
PTSD from selling all my stuff and moving to Europe and then having to move back 6 months
Yeah,
later.
you know, yeah. Move house anytime. Yeah, it's heavy. It's a lot of, you go, well, I have way too much stuff.
But the amount of time you spent throwing shit out when you before, like in the cleanup and tidy up and box up phase,
yeah, then you have less stuff.
and then you're going, I literally didn't need to throw this out now. Like now I need to move.
Yeah.
Why didn't I just throw any of this stuff out when I didn't need it?
Yes.
Before
yeah.
I also had the added pressure of moving. Anyway.
What I was going to say is my dad made me used to work in his little shop and then the farm all the time. So I have this idea in my head, and I think this is where that stems from, is at any moment's notice, I could be asked to move, do a thing, work. And if I am unable to make it small or take it with me, I don't have it. So I every time I buy a thing, there's a part of me is like, what if it was taken away? And the laptop and my phone are the two things that I would fight for. Everything else, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, pretty much the same. I was uprooted so much, and then eventually, left home, and we just all went our separate ways, and Mum couldn't, my stuff just, it just got left behind. Like I never had, I didn't have a long period of holding on to stuff, and then eventually when I moved back from Queensland, I left a bunch of stuff there that the ex eventually gave away or threw out without my permission. So then I lost some things again, and then by the time I was 25, I had lost so much of the stuff that I valued that I was like, I can't keep losing the shit that I love. I just got to stop buying shit that I love. I got to stop loving things.
Numb oneself. No, but I relate to the.
I got to love less things.
Yes, we'll be more precise.
Like have a laptop and a phone and camera that I love and my podcast, but like not extra stuff that I don't actually love. And Matthew McConaughey was talking about this with I think it was with Joe Rogan recently in a clip that I saw. He was like, yeah, I got that painting. He's talking about success. What is success? You got to profit from your success. You not just collect stuff. And they started using the analogy of the painting that they once thought they loved, that there's now in the fifth bedroom that they never even walk past anymore.
Interesting.
And they're like, and I'm like, yeah, I understand how people get to that problem because we're all just consume until, but the way I am now, especially after that move that I explained, is like, oh, no way I want to carry that around.
Yeah, I know.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
I need a plant because I like plants, but even they can go at any moment.
Yeah.
Just my computer. That's it. I've even got a Mac Mini now. It's like this big. The box is like this big. I'm like, I can carry this thing anywhere. It's powerful.
Yeah, it's good.
All I need is a screen to plug it into, and I'm sweet.
So there's two.
I don't even need to own the screen. It could just be your screen or your screen.
Yeah, exactly. Someone else's screen. So there's two things I want to say. The first thing is that's why I externalize a lot of things to my partner. Like she's a plant head. She has all these plants, all this sort of stuff. Yeah, it's not mine. I don't have to worry. I can help her if we move. I can help her move the plant that's different psychologically.
But I don't have to sell them.
Yeah, but they're not mine. They could be ours. That's different. Ours is different to mine. But the other thing is
that's funny.
this level of thought and sophistication is what I think is missing from art. So I think people don't see like the fact that this setup is a symptom of your entire life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I don't think we appreciate that as a whole of a society in art as much as we used to attend. We're like a fast-consuming society with artistically, and I think that's pretty much going to change. You're talking about what do you call it? People moving more in real life, and I agree with that very much. So I talk about that a lot myself with just everyone. And so I do think like we need to look at it. Why is a thing the certain way? Why is this setup here? Why am I like, well, my setup has to be even more mobile than this? It's what am I trying to communicate? What's my history? Why have I come to that conclusion?
What do I want in my life? It's to declutter and to be and have maximize my capability and minimize my liabilities.
Yeah, exactly. And why are you like that?
Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't
And
articulated
that's
it.
the podcast. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is like that. We miss that. We miss why did someone want to maximize their capabilities and minimize
we're
their
so infinite. Our time is so finite here. Sorry, not infinite. How finite, of course.
Yeah.
We're like, and then even when you get to like 50 years old, you might live to 100, but you're not moving the same as you were when you were 20.
Yes. And so suddenly you start to do. That's why I think when I was talking about like comedy,
That's
like
9
what are
years
my
away
goals?
from me,
Like,
by the way.
What?
That's 9 years away, 50.
Yeah, which is different for you than it is for me because you've had more years, so you know that time travels far. You know what I mean?
Anyway.
And you're gonna die, and it's all fun.
We need to clap this one out. We're going to go down too many rabbit holes.
No, but what I was... now I can't remember. I don't remember, but point is...
We should do this again.
Sophistication. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
No, we do. I like this.
It was
I've
good.
enjoyed
It
this
was
conversation.
good. Yeah. The next 2 hours will be even crazier. We talk about how goldfish are running the government. We talk about how content isn't actually real, and that, and make sure, and then we will sell you on your own organs.
Anything else?
No, that's it. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's the next episode.
That was beautiful.
Okay, that is the cut. That's where you cut it.
Yeah.
Okay, and you open it from the. So I can do this now.
I'll cut it here. Now.
Oh, okay.
I'll cut it there. You're a legend.